Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on here today and talk about mental health. In Canada today on January 28th, there's a big company here, Bell Canada. It's one of our phone companies, and they've created this day really as a way to talk about mental health. They don't donate lots of money to mental health causes, and I just really wanted to come on here and kind of talk about how you're not alone. Okay, I know it seems. It's really easy to just assume that people that you see on social media, somebody maybe like me, maybe friends that you have, family members, that everybody's doing okay and that we're, all kind of happy and we're all prospering. And one thing that I can say for sure is that lately I've been struggling as well. And I think that a lot of the world is struggling right now. We're all in this place really of having to acknowledge that we're all kind of in a state of mourning for the state of the world, right? And I know that the more I hear about the pandemic, the more I hear about, new strains and more, communicability, and the viruses might not be, getting affected by certain of the vaccines and all of this kind of stuff. It's really been starting to weigh on me. I'm here again, like I've said so many times, it's just me and Mr. B. It's me and my dog. And, I'm so thankful that I at least have a dog here with me. I know some people are stuck during this pandemic with literally nobody in the house with them. And some of you have big families, and some of you might be in quarantine or in isolation with big groups of people. And the fact of the matter is that the world is just a different place than a lot of us were used to, right? Most of us were used to. And I've been really struggling these last couple of weeks. If you watch my channel, you maybe have noticed there's not been any videos posted this week. And, I had intentions. I've woken up every morning with this intention of I'm going to film this or I'm going to do that as a way to stay connected, because really YouTube has been a huge support for me, just knowing that the work that I'm doing on YouTube is really helping some people on some level with their mental health by keeping them moving and maybe getting them into the kitchen and preparing nourishing food. And the fact of the matter is that it's not easy, right? This is a challenging time, I think, for everybody. Some people maybe are suffering from more of a challenge than others. And I'm just starting to have this feeling, it comes and it goes, but I have these moments that just feel so bleak that, I'm here alone with my dog, and yeah, I'm doing a lot of things right, and I can acknowledge myself that I am, I've been out walking 10,000 steps a day since the beginning of the month, and I'm really have been super aware of my diet, because I know that that has a huge impact on my state of mental health whenever I let my diet start to slide. But really and truly, it's not been easy for me. And it's, I don't use the word hard very often, but I've been having a hard time with it these last couple of weeks. And really avoiding going on social media sometimes. I don't like to post stuff and be fake. That's a big thing for me, is that like I would rather not post a video, not record something if I'm gonna have to put on this facade that I'm okay and that everything's wonderful. And I wanted to come on here, I don't want to ramble on and on about this, but I just really wanted to say and repeat that you're not alone. If you're suffering from mental health, you just need to accept that that's not such a horrible thing as you might have made it be. Having some compassion for yourself, having some understanding that you're not alone in this, that mental health issues are something that I think most people suffer from, at least at some point in their lives. Most people can understand and sympathize with somebody that is going through a struggle mentally, and reaching out to someone in your life that you care about and asking for support, even just for a conversation, so that you can connect with somebody. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's really something that a lot of us need to embrace a lot more. I know for me, I have a support network in friends and in family members that I can reach out to. And sometimes I catch myself, not wanting to be a burden, feeling like, I don't want to call that person, I don't want to text that person and then tell them that I'm sad and have them worry about me when they might be going through something themselves. And you have no idea how empowering you might be in reaching out to somebody else that might also be struggling, and being able to have that connection and that conversation about what's going on for you mentally. And yeah, I just like really love you guys. Like there's, I know it's kind of weird that there's this, that it's connection for me through YouTube, because I don't see your faces, and I know there's people out there, and I know I do get comments in the videos and people reach out on social media with appreciation for what I'm doing. And sometimes it can honestly feel like I'm just sitting here in my empty living room talking to my cell phone or talking to my computer. And it's hard to imagine that there's actually a human being on the other side of the internet sometimes. And the fact is that there are other human beings out there. And even in the bleakest times, try to find somebody that you can reach out to if you need the support, right? And even if you are in that position where you don't have like an immediate friend or a family member that you feel comfortable reaching out to, there are hotlines, there are places that you can reach out. Just like Googling mental health support and finding a phone number that you can call might honestly save your life or change your life by reaching out and trying to connect with somebody. I'm always here as a way to connect. If there's anything that I can ever do for somebody, reaching out in a video comment might not seem that big, but I am here and caring about all of these people out there that are watching this channel, people that are sharing these videos as a way to get somebody else maybe doing some yoga or doing some meditation or just even getting into the kitchen and caring about the food that they're putting into their body. It is no small feat to impact somebody's life literally by sharing a video. And I don't just mean like my videos are changing lives. Anything out there, if you watch something that gives you comfort, share it with somebody that that you care about, that you think might be struggling. And this has been a really challenging year for me, right? I'm fresh out of I say fresh out of, I was 14-year relationship. It wasn't ever a marriage, but it was a 14 years living together, and it ended with cheating and with trauma, and really flared up my story of I'm unlovable and my rejection story and all of these kind of things. As a gay man right now, I think everybody's struggling with dating, but even more so, like the dating apps in the gay community are not healthy, and they in a lot of cases, again, some people might use them in a healthy way. I know every time I try to use one of them, it just leaves me feeling dejected, leaves me feeling alone, leaves me feeling like there's no point and I'm never going to meet anybody. And I've had some relationships recently that, they weren't bad, but they, ended very abruptly, kind of confusing for me, and feeling that rejection story that keeps coming back up for coming back up for me again and again. And it chokes me up because, I cared about these people, and the relationships just didn't work out, and they weren't meant to be in that moment, right? So there is a lot of things that can happen in your life that can be challenging, and they can be a struggle. And having some compassion for yourself, you don't need to always be doing more. You don't need to be okay. You don't need to be working on yourself every minute of every day. You don't need to be constantly pouring yourself into your work. Sometimes what you might need is just to relax. What you might need is just to lie on the couch. You might need to cry. You might need to sleep in a bit later than you want to. And if it starts to become something that affects your life dramatically, then maybe reaching out for help is the right answer. But it's not always the end of the world if you just need some time to yourself to try to kind of understand what's happening. I feel like I'm rambling. I just really wanted to come on here today because I think that there's this misconception that, certain people in your life might be totally fine. People might think that I'm totally fine, and I've been struggling, quite frankly, right? It's been hard. It's been, again, I like to use the word challenge instead of hard. I've talked about that a bunch of times in my yoga class. I've done videos about that. And sometimes things really are very difficult. And I think that the COVID pandemic, with again, no end in sight, right? Whether you agree with the lockdowns or you don't, or you agree that it's as bad as it is or you don't, it's still a struggle because our lives have changed dramatically. And we just have to start to own that it's not the end of the world if you need to reach out for help and ask for some support. And just try to find somebody in your life that cares and wants to hear what you have to say. Having a conversation can change your life. So I think that I'm going to call that a video. I hope that this gave somebody some support and some comfort, and like that you're not alone. Talk about mental health. Drop the stigma. I have my biological father is bipolar and schizophrenic, and I see him several times a week, masked from social distancing, waving from the driveway, dropping off food, helping him with his laundry. And I see the impact that mental health can have. I still have fear, somewhere deep inside of me, there's fear that that could happen to me if it's in my genetics, right? Or, fear if I had kids that might happen to them. And there's nothing wrong with having mental health issues. And there's nothing wrong with getting medicated if that's what's going to help you, getting therapy, talking to somebody about it. Those things all have these stigmas as if like that you're broken if you need to reach out for help, you're broken if you need to medicate, you're broken if you need therapy. And I think that letting go of that stigma, starting to talk about what might be happening in your life to the people that you care about, or again, calling a hotline. If you really and truly don't find that there's somebody in your life that understands or that cares, there is somebody out there that wants to support you and wants to care about you. So that's all I've got to say. Thank you for listening. Please hit the thumbs up below if this helped you in any way. Comment below if you want to reach out to me. I always respond to the comments on my videos. I do care about my subscribers on this channel. It has kept me sane knowing that there's people out there watching the YouTube classes and doing things to help better themselves. So yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, subscribe to the channel and support any way that you can to keep these videos and yoga and mindfulness and plant-based nourishment and really eating mindfully. These things have a massive, profound impact on your state of mental health. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. Keep moving your body, keep nourishing your body, stay connected to a mindfulness practice, and stop being so hard on yourself. Some compassion for yourself and for the people around you can go a really, really long way. Have an awesome rest of your day.